I think it looks really nice as like a head fascinator moment, but this is what it looks like on, so. Like, I don't know, that's just a little bit too much for me right now. Like, I look very deranged. Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Mollie Guac, that is MOLLIE-GUAC, like the guacamole. I got a mouth cramp. It happens to me sometimes. Anyway, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm here today to talk about RuPaul's Drag Race Season 17, Episode 4.
What the hell is that? My new cell phone. Like, hello?
Also, I have these leopard print gloves from Party City with black nails hot glued on them, and literally the only ones left are the pinky ones. Like, I haven't worn these in, like, actually forever, so I don't know if there's a ghost in my apartment who's, like, taking my nails or what's happening with that pinky nail, and the rest is just a slab of hot glue. But yeah, this episode was kind of really fucking confusing to me. I spent the entire episode trying to figure out, like, what the challenge was asking of them. So instead of just me being confused about everyone's performance, we're just gonna talk about the runways and the stuff I remember from the challenge. They wrote the song based on the quote, and they picked the type of song it was going to be, and then designed the concept and the performance and the outfit, and I'm like, how? I don't know. I think the whole thing was really confusing to me and hard to wrap my head around about what they were actually doing and supposed to do. You know, like, even the ones who failed, I'm like, I can't even hate because I don't know what it was supposed to be. But props to Drag Race for switching it up. Props to your mama. So I'm not going to shit on RuPaul for trying to switch things up today. But, like, maybe let's make it make sense next time. Let's get into the review of the runway. This week, they were challenged to wear outfits quilted for your pleasure, so that's, like, quilt themed. I've never worked with quilting fabric, but I can maybe, like, sketch something of what I would wear, or maybe, like, insert an idea of what I would do here. This would, again, be, like, something someone else has to help me make, because you can't really sew a quilt on my stupid-ass home sewing machine, and you certainly can't hot glue something that heavy. This is Mollie Guac going home, part, like, 4. I've struck out. I've failed every episode this far, but you know what? We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna pretend I got the golden chocolate bar and I'm able to stay another week.
It's chocolate.
So we're gonna start with Lydia B. Collins. I think this look is fantastic. When she came out, I thought it was, like a body horror reference, because I think the beige looked like the same color as her skin. No shade, I'm a beige girl too. Us beige girls make do. The costume itself was really fun. It reminded me of Pie from Dragula when she did like a big gingerbread man, I believe, but it was just super sculptural and super interesting. I love her aesthetic of more is more, because I'm like that. I'm very much like a, before you leave, don't take something off, put something else on. Okay, sneeze test passed. I feel like this is the first time I've had something on my head where it's, like, actually strapped on and not just balancing on my head like a fucking hat. It's not going nowhere. Okay, next to the stage is Lana Del Rey. The first time I looked at it, I was like, well, mama, where's the quilt? But when they zoomed in, I'm like, oh, it's all quilted fabric. And I think because it wasn't a lot of fabric, it was sort of not reading as quilted to me. But it's kind of cool to go with such a bulky material and do something really chic and small, so I do commend her for that. I love that headpiece too. I think it might be hair, but I feel like this was another really strong look for me. And when you really look up close, like, there's a lot of detail that goes into all those folds and stuff. So honestly, I think that this look is really good. So props to your mama.
Come on, Nat!
Next up is Joella.
Just as I thought. Trash.
Oh. Joella, there is something so brave, real, and raw about this look.
It was a rough day for Charlie.
And you have to just commemorate her for that. Like, you can't be mad at something so bold and brash.
Power bitch moves.
I'm speechless, honestly. Like, we've never seen anything like this on Drag Race before, and hopefully we will never see something like this again. This was really iconic, low-key. This was flopconic. If y'all don't know what flopconic is, I don't either, but I'm gonna start using it. This is flopconic, and Why was Rue airbrushed on the back? I did not understand that at all, but like, honestly, I don't know, we sometimes forget that drag is something that's supposed to be local and smaller and intimate. And if a bitch walked out in this at like a Boston show and I was in the audience, bitch, I would have my 20s out of my wallet, like tipping this bitch down, because this is insane. But this was really opulent, this was everything. In the challenge, I remember her being like kind of the crunchiest. I remember she like fell down or maybe tripped or something. Did she? I like low-key don't know. Next is Arietti. This look was kind of a chop for me. I feel like there was too much happening. It didn't read as quilt to me, and it also didn't read as good either. It was really strange and ill-fitting to look at, and that big thing on her shoulder wasn't lined on the inside, which just kept on taking me right out of the whole fantasy. And I feel bad because Michelle was calling her, what, like a Cats the Musical queen or something because of the nose, which I disagree with. I think that having a white nose is fine. Having a signature face is really important, and if it includes some white on your nose and it looks good, like, mama, why do we care, you know? We're building brands here as drag queens. Like, we have to find something that works. But in all honesty, this was like kind of my least favorite Arietti look so far, and I hope that she kind of doesn't have that alternative girl Odyssey queen thing of like, I always have to be different and interpret the challenge in a weird way. It's like,
great
no,
gowns,
sometimes I just
beautiful
wanted
gowns.
to deliver on this prompt and kind of give me something fun without being like, oh, I'm being quirky and being subversive. Like, just follow the prompt, you know what I mean? Like, no tea. Next is Jewel Sparkles, and I think this look is fine. For me, I think maybe the hair is sort of throwing all of this off, because he got really exaggerated shoulders, so it makes the hair look even smaller than it already is. So maybe if that had been exaggerated and bumped up a bit. Having the bare leg out too was sort of a choice. I think I would have loved a tight with this. But I think Jewel Sparkles looks good. I don't know what else to say. Next is Mona Lisa. This was fun. I think that this was a really cool look for her. Something with the wig with it was kind of a weird choice to me, having those two curls in it, and it just sort of reading as like a pageanty type of wig. With this very flashy garment, I wish that she had sort of just done like a beehive with this or something more simple. I guess the beehive isn't simple, but you know, in shape terms, it's just a circle on your head. This look was just overall kind of basic. I think a lot of these girls kind of came with something a little bit basic because quilts are so malleable and hard to make into something interesting because of how thick they are. But I would love to fascinate her with this. I think people really need to get back into the headpiece of it all. Next is Crystal Envy, and y'all, she ate this up. She looked fucking amazing, even with the reveal. I think sometimes people get caught up in the reveal moment and not what the coat looks like. You know what I mean? They kind of just look like a big, bulky piece of shit. No, this was like couture. It was beautiful. That overcoat thing was sculptural. It had pleats, organ pleats on it, and it came off into that beautiful red bodysuit. I was like, yeah! This is the whole package. This is absolutely best of the week, right after Joella. Okay, now with Crystals, I remember she had some sort of like group number. I think it was the Latrice Good God Girl Get a Grip number. So I thought that she did really well. This was one of the few I remembered. I have a vague memory. It feels like, oh my gosh, my dementia brain is like processing something from when I was a little girl. You know, like I'm sort of getting that like, oh, that's what happened with her. Imagine I just put this here and have, like, me and my sister. See, drinking alone on a Sunday night would be problematic, but I'm dressed as Mollie Guac. Like, suddenly it's just correct. It's not an addiction. It's just congenius. Next up was Susie Toot. This was another one that didn't quite read as quilts for me, but I was super into this look in particular because of how beautiful she looked in the face. I think everyone's sort of conspiring that she was overdoing the ugly makeup so that she could have this moment. And if so, you know what? She's playing chess, and we were all playing checkers. 1 million IQ, Susie Toot. I actually do remember her challenge too. I'm watching Bussy Queen because the photos aren't uploaded on the Wikipedia yet, so I have to make do. Mollie Guac makes do. And she did the emo number. I don't remember what it was to, but I remember she was emo, and she looked really fucking good again. So, you know what? Maybe we're turning a new leaf, or a coin. We're flipping a new coin because Susie Toots talented finally. Next up is Sam Starr on the runway. Now I know that this is a fashion reference, and at this point it's a reference of a reference of a reference. And this is honestly one of my favorite interpretations of this idea of a model kind of sleeping and, you know, with the pillow on her head and stuff. Again, with the quilts, it's hard to make it look like it's fitting you right, but she looked amazing. I love how beautiful and sculpted that hair was, and that pillow was so stiff on her head. It's like, oh my god, she looks like she's actually laying down because nothing's moving, you know? Oh, this look looked so expensive and amazing. I love the teddy bear too. Like, oh my god, this look was amazing. That's it. I don't remember her in the challenge, quite frankly. It was probably boring. She ate, she chewed, she swallowed. Moving on. That whole thing was just so confusing to me. I felt like I had like a fever dream. Like I felt like I had taken cough syrup and went to bed with a high fever, and the product of my imagination had shot out this crazy drag challenge where they're all pretending to be like songs from the 20s or something. Like, I don't even want to rewatch it. Fuck it. I don't want to, so I'm not going to. This is my channel, so I'm gonna do what I want. I'm just gonna say I don't remember it, and that's gonna have to be it, and I'm gonna move on. Now, Acacia forgot, this is like one of the most basic ones, and it doesn't even read as quilted to me, so I immediately just am like, even when it's up close, I can't really even tell what the quilted fabric is or where it is on the body. So this is just no, I don't like it on the runway. I don't remember her in the challenge. She sucks. Acacia forgot I did. Acacia forgot you suck. I hate you. But I hope she's okay. I feel like she's not doing very well in this competition, and that makes me sad because she seems like a really fun time, like a really cool girl.
Let me pretend I care. Okay, I'm done.
Okay, Anya Nerve. She got the best soundbite with the ganja thing, and she ran with it. I'm so happy that she did something funny because this deserved proper treatment. Like, the Laganja monologue is so flopconic. Everyone should be obsessed with it. If you ever hear the word dry, she should come right to mind with that crazy cotton candy wig on. And Anya was doing it justice here. She looked amazing. And then on the runway, she looked... finally. She's looked a mess so many times at this point that I'm like... so happy that she's finally moving on. She looked amazing in the challenge. It was memorable, which was a hard thing to do, clearly, because I just trauma blocked it all out. Again, didn't read this as a quilt, but I think up close it sort of read more quilty to me. And I love how big that afro was. That was amazing. I think that this would have been cool with a cane. I don't know, I feel like the drama of a cane is so untapped on Drag Race. Like, I think that'd be just so pussy. For a second, I was sad Crystal didn't win just because her runway was like another level of magnificent, but her challenge was sort of just like, I don't remember it, so it was probably boring. But, you know, Anya ate both times. So, congrats, Anya Nerve. You're on your way to the finale. Okay, next. Lexi Love wearing Utica. This, amazing. Utica needs to come back to All Stars and win because her fashion design skills are so impeccable and amazing. I have literally no notes for this. I think that this also had that same amazing detail of all those big pleats in the bottom of the skirt. Like, just so perfect. And that, like, big campy head with the arm warmers that matched it. Like, this is drag perfection. Utica, you need to be a billionaire and, like, designing shit for everyone in the universe. Like, if everyone dressed like this every day, I would be very happy. I think hers in particular was really cringy in the challenge. I remember her doing like a RuPaul type of thing. Oh, This Is Your Moment by Jasmine Kennedy, I think. I was so uncomfortable from it, and they kept on playing RuPaul laugh sound bites, and I think that was because it was shit, and they were trying to convince us that it wasn't shit, but I will not be fooled. It was shit.
All of you guys think that I'm like nothing.
I would never say that. Her interview was her look was her book cover was her trying to launch and sell her book to the judges was I would never say that.
She looked amazing. I love that huge RuPaul wig, but like, no, I was totally put off by that performance. Thank God she looked amazing on the runway. She saved herself for me. Okay, next is Corey King. This look made her head look like a grape. Like, it looked like it was gonna fall off of her head if she walked a little bit faster. You know what I mean? I was just so confused by that. But no, I don't I was gonna be like, but it's a good look, but it's not. It's unfortunately the worst she's looked thus far. Not even the body could save it. Just way too many bad styling choices for me to sort of be into this. This is definitely one of my least favorites this week. And I'm sad, especially because I liked her challenge. That was the only one I audibly was like enjoying. A really Boston choice to make fun of her flop from last week. So for that, I was kind of living. The eggs were also really funny. I don't know, I thought it was like overall a key. Again, like if that had been performed at a bar, I would be taking it down. Okay, then we get to the finale of this episode, finally, where Anya Nerve is crowned the queen of this episode. I definitely agree. I think that Crystal was a very close runner-up, but we end up with Joella, Corey, and Arietti in the bottom. And Arietti in the bottom was not making sense with my fantasy. I think that they're trying to make her crack and feel delusional like a flop artist and sort of just make her crazy, because they didn't give her the win last week, even though she was clearly the winner. And also that's what she does. She makes looks and turns looks and looks. She makes her own shit and makes it look nice. So to not give her the win there was very petty. And then to put her in the bottom for signature makeup is them trying to make her crack under pressure, which is unfortunately what they do with alternative queens on this show very often. But I hope she doesn't go home soon. She's so talented and amazing, even though this was kind of a fumble week for her. I hope that she can kind of come back from it. And then we get Corey and Joella, the two arch enemies of the competition, in the bottom. And it was, again, a bottom to lip sync that happened in front of me. We had Joella the mattress turn around and just sort of like sway back and forth and then take the mattress off finally. Yeah, that happened. And again, I'm like, why that bodysuit? Like, she is just a delusional diva, and I am so sad that she went home. But yeah, that's it. This episode was really weird. I hope that they don't stray away from changing it up now and then, but I think I also have a problem with them being so over self-referential. How many more times can I laugh at back rolls? It's only funny on Twitter. Like, it's never funny on the show. I don't know. Can I see something else from pop culture? A lot is happening right now. Can we talk about that instead? And not like season 3 drama. Change your costume, change it around. I am very excited for next week, episode 5. It's my favorite number. Not really, I don't know why I said that. I think that we're going to see Acacia go home. I think it's time. I don't think she's had a moment in the competition to sort of sell herself to us. And I don't think it's going to happen. No shade. But with that, that's been the review. Get your tickets to Gauntlet. Also, if you're a Bostonian or Guactopolish or whatever. And I will see you in the next video. I'm gonna go drown myself in my bathtub now.
Yeah. Okay, love you guys. Don't forget to smile.